I'm sorry, these are great glasses. We need an optometrist on Broadway.
I started.
Have you started one?
No,
Oh,
no, I
thought-
started over there.
Okay, very good.
Thanks, Tim.
Hi, I'm Jan Bell, and together with my husband Dave, who's my silent partner and my financial backer, we purchased 1305, 1309 Broadway. It's that ugly 4,000 square foot yellow building between Spay Neuter Clinic and Aaron's Oriental Rugs. And you probably noticed some work there because the roof needed immediate repair. I actually opened a little business with my daughter, Natalie, who loves Fort Wayne and born and raised here. Went out east to school and came back here and wants to make the Broadway Corridor a vibrant project. We opened a yarn store because the only one in town suddenly closed last May. So we have Knitting Off Broadway, and we're where Flowers and Barber was, just half a block off in the yellow two-story building that fronts the alley. And I'm a historic preservationist. I've been on the Historic Preservation Review Board for 2 terms previously. So I called Don Orban and Craig Smith and said, hey guys, help me with this. Also, Tim Gulof's been a big help, shared a file with me when they gave up on this money pit. And little did I know when I talked to Steve Shine and Tim Pape at some law meeting we had a couple years ago, that the thought was to make the Broadway Corridor the Broad Ripple of Fort Wayne. And so I think that's pretty cool. And so we're investing in it. And I've already met with Julia Sanchez, and she said, you know, I'll be considered. And we've repaired the roof at our expense, and we're going to sink a considerable amount of money in the exterior and the interior, and we're excited about it.
Jan is another proud business owner on Broadway. I mentioned one of our team leaders, Brian Shepard, and I neglected to mention that Brian in the Metro Real Estate Building, right at the corner of Michigan Avenue and Broadway, is committing $250,000 to facade and interior improvements, and we appreciate that, Brian. Very good. Gary Chappell, can you come up for just a second? You know, Gary, a lot of rumors going around whether Chappell is going to be on Broadway anymore and what's going on with the new chapels out on Coliseum, or Coldwater, excuse me. And so I said, Gary, I'm going to give you the microphone for the first time in 20 years of our partnership so you can tell what's going on.
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Gary Chappell. We opened up Chappell's in 1985, and I was 23 years old. And I told my father I wanted to put a fish market and a restaurant down on Broadway. And he looked at me and he said, what are you talking about down on Broadway? And I said, I want to show you this building. It has so much opportunity in it. It's a great neighborhood. People will come if we do it right. And 23 years later, we're still there. But 23 years ago, when I opened up, there was the Oyster Bar, Cafe Janelle's, Hartley's Place, and Chappell's. That was the mainstays in the city of Fort Wayne. That has definitely changed over the years. I've stayed very, very good friends with Pamela Downs from Hartley's, who wouldn't come down here and stand with me because she's shy. But 9 months ago, I approached Pam and said, let's do something together. The neighborhoods are changing, and we've got to change with them. And through 9 months of meetings, on Tuesday of this week, we struck a deal to marry our 2 locations into one location and bring my flair and her flair into one spot. It's a great move for us. It's a great move for the city. Hartley's Place is an extremely talented restaurant. Pam's a very talented chef. Her father was a great restaurateur for, I don't know, what, 40 years? You know, that's incredible in our business to stay for 40 years. And we're very excited. We're going to do a lot of changes in the chapels. It will not look the same, but it will look better. And we got some things we got to do. Pam's got some commitments the rest of this year, and we have some commitments to chapels we have to, take care of, but we're moving forward. Aren't we, Pam?